You might not have known, but the Arctic ice masses are actually melting and rupturing as we speak. Over the past decades, scientists have been avidly researching the fascinating yet disturbing theory of global warming. Many people could be affected, if they haven't been harmed already, by the disastrous greenhouse gases. Even though many scientists have been spending huge amounts of their energy and time on the topic of global warming, they are still pondering the entire concept. It is very possible that humans are the majority of the cause of the Arctic ice masses melting. Most of Earth's climate changes occur in only the first 6 miles of our planet's atmosphere. Because our planet's climate control happens so close to the crust, humans are able to alter Earth's average temperatures. One of the immense problems that humans cause are greenhouse gases. These particular gases are the aftermath of the burning of fossil fuels and deforestation. Harmful fossil fuels include the burning of coal, any type of gas, and oil. All of these substances contain chemicals that trap heat inside Earth's atmosphere that would otherwise escape in natural circumstances. All of these greenhouse gases play a huge role when it comes to the concept of global warming. Carbon dioxide is also a greenhouse gas, as well as water vapor. Carbon dioxide is a gas in the atmosphere, and even slight increases of carbon dioxide affect the average temperatures on Earth. But there is much more water vapor in the atmosphere than carbon dioxide. The average amount of water vapor in the atmosphere for all locations is about 2 to 3%, whereas there is only about 0.04% of carbon dioxide. Both water vapor and carbon dioxide trap heat radiation that would escape Earth otherwise, similar to the effect of fossil fuels. Greenhouse gases increase Earth's temperature, creating global warming. The Arctic is a very sensitive region when it comes to global warming. Presently, the Arctic's average temperatures are rising twice as fast as anywhere else in the world. The increasing heat is thinning the Arctic ice, creating rupturing and cracking. An example of global warming destruction is the largest single ice block, the Hunt ice shelf. It had been around for 3,000 years before the global warming effects kicked in. In 2000, the mammoth ice sheet began to melt, and within 2 years it had split all the way down the middle, and is now separating even more. This famous ice sheet is only one of the many examples of global warming. As a whole, the Arctic is shrinking at a rate of 9% each decade. If this pattern continues, then the summers in the Arctic could become ice-free by the end of this century. The melting of the Arctic ice is already affecting native people, wildlife, and plants. When the Hunt ice shelf split, the freshwater ecosystem that it enclosed flowed out into the ocean, destroying all the adapted organisms that had been living in the unique ecosystem. Lots of animals, including polar bears, whales, walrus, and seals, have changed their feeding and migration patterns, all because of global warming. Not only does global warming affect these innocent animals, but because the animals have been changing their ways of migration, hunters are finding it more and more difficult to find food. Many of the Arctic coastline villages will be forced to relocate because the native people are in danger of being swamped, which means that their village will flood from the melting of the ice. The native people of the Arctic region view global warming as a threat to their cultural traditions and their own survival. It might not seem like a threat to us, but global warming is slowly making its way around the world. Once the entire layer of Arctic ice melts, the process of global warming will actually accelerate. The ice and snow provide a protective cooling layer over the Arctic, and if it melts, the Earth will absorb more sunlight and become even hotter than it already is. Also, if all the ice melts, it would cause rising sea levels, which would be problematic for low-lying areas globally, with threats of beach erosion, coastal flooding, and contamination of freshwater supplies. Global warming would also impact weather patterns, which would affect farming and agriculture. Even though global warming is spreading quickly, humans can do things to slow the heating process down. Burning fossil fuels produces heat-trapping gases that cause global warming. We burn fossil fuels to generate electricity to power everyday things like cars, air conditioners, and refrigerators. The more fossil fuels we burn, the more gases are released into the atmosphere. Because of this, the best way to stop global warming is to save energy and electricity. People like us have already begun to save energy and refrain from burning fossil fuels. Technologies like solar panels and electric cars have already been invented for the exact purpose of saving energy. So each of us can make a difference in global warming, and all it takes is one small, thoughtful action. Something as simple as turning off the lights when you exit a room or riding your bike to the store instead of taking your fossil fuel guzzling vehicle will help stop global warming and make our planet a healthier place.